Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm excited to share with you a plan with me video using my passion planner for 2022. So as you guys know, I was going to end up using a Get to Work book. I've been using Get to Work book for 5-6 years, and I was going to use it for 2022, but last minute I decided to change it up and try something new. And I fell in that rabbit hole of the passion planner and I'm in love. I grabbed one and it's become an obsession. And I love this planner so much and wanted to share with you how I use it, what I use to plan my week or my month ahead, and how my month turns out once it has passed. So I'm still learning and I'm figuring out my way. So basically, each week is kind of different than the other, but I have found some things that I really like and I'm sticking to, and let's see if that sticks for the next few months. But I'm okay with changing up my project. I'm okay with changing up my planner and, moving things around. Things might work, things might not work. Highlighters will work, some will not. It just depends on my mood. So basically, I'm still learning and figuring out how to use this passion planner in a way that I enjoy and works for me. So if you're not familiar with the passion planner, I definitely recommend to check out some YouTube videos. There's loads of YouTubers who share like details of the passion planner, but this video is not for that. I just wanted to share with you how I'm using it. And basically, I used the roadmap, or I started working on the roadmap, but didn't finish it. I'm okay with not finishing it yet because I don't know what I want to add in there, but I did start it and I did a little bit of doodling, some stickers, little things like that. For the year in review, this is the 2022 and 2023. I just used a highlighter to highlight birthdays and special moments throughout the year. And I stamped out this frame, and I will share that stamp set with you in a bit. But I stamped out that frame. I believe this one is the Studio Calico stamp set. And I stamped the months up top because I will fill these out with special photos from that month. I just like having photos throughout my planner. I feel like it's a great way to memory keep as well. Now for the monthly calendar, I'm going to put something behind my cover to keep this propped up. Okay, that makes it easier. So for my monthly planner, I like to use it to add photos. This is a great way for me to keep up with my project life, and I've done it in my Get to Work book, and the photos fit perfectly in my passion planner. The only complaint that I have is, so I measured this and printed out my photos. So basically I thought, February is going to be the same size, but it turned out to be bigger. So you can see my photo doesn't fill the box. And when I printed my photos and stuck them down, I noticed it doesn't fill the box. And as you can see here, it fills the box. So the calendars are not the same size. I don't know if that is the case with all passion planners or I just got a bad one. I don't know, honestly, but it's okay. It doesn't really bother me. You can still see the date, which is fine. But because I already printed them, I wasn't going to throw them away and redo it. So I went ahead and stuck to the sizing that I used for January. But I wanted to give you a heads up on that because a lot of people asked me what size photos I was using in the boxes. So you might have to just measure it yourself and print them as you go. But I think I'm not going to change the size because I really like seeing that date. It's funny here, I don't care really, but here it just looks pretty neat that you can still see the date. So honestly, I'm not even going to worry about the sizes, but that stuff doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, you're going to have to resize depending on the calendar size. Anyways, let's move on. So the calendar also looks like this each month, and you have these boxes where you can kind of document people to see, places to go. It just gives you like prompts. I'm not interested in that. I wanted some space to stamp out the week numbers because I do use this for my project life. So what I basically did was I just grabbed it. I grabbed some craft paper, covered that up. Obviously, I measured it and covered it up. and then stamped my 1 through 5. That way, when I look at this, I can tell what week it is, and I can look at the photos and use them in my project life. So that's how I'm using it. I really like how it looks. And basically, it's an easy way to kind of make it unique to you and work for you. I also decided to track my reading as well. As you guys know, I love reading. So this is a great spot for me to print out some book covers. I love those mini book covers. And I thought it was fun to just have like a space for me to see how many books I read. I might be also stamping like the number of books on the side because I have that space. We shall see. And obviously kind of keeping up with special moments. So this says personal projects and work projects. And I did use that space for that. So it was my birthday, my husband's birthday. I had some podcasts going on that I wanted to, like, big projects, a class that I'm working on, and even my Me, Myself, and I project, I added it in there. And I basically use my highlighter when it's done. Let's move on to the week. So this is what I did for my first week. I kind of played with this. I wanted to see what works, what doesn't work. Love the large numbers. I had that space and I thought to myself, oh, I hit 26,000 on YouTube. So let me like stamp out 26,000 in big numbers. And it really, really looked pretty cool. So I ended up doing it the next week as well. But that was a lot of fun. I love this space to do those mind maps. I really like this this roadmap that they have at the first page. And I thought that would be fun if I did the same thing each week and kind of documented little things. So I had fun with that. I'm also stamping reading challenge at the top. This is a great way to track your reading. You guys do my daily reading challenge or my nightly reading challenge. So this is a great way to track that. So when I do read, I just highlight the days I read. So that was a fun way to do that. I also use that sidebar to track my subscription, my YouTube subscribers, and my Instagram followers as well. And on the bottom portion, in my Get to Work book, I always kept up with my currentlies, and I really wanted to do that in my passion planner. So what I ended up doing is just using some washi tape and covering up what was on there, which was basically something like this: personal to-do list and work to-do list, which is pretty awesome if you want to keep up with that stuff. But I don't. I feel like I have enough space here to do that. So I sectioned that out and I'm just keeping up with my currently, watching, reading, and anything I'm getting in the mail, anything I purchased, just to keep up with that. And also like video information, video ideas, anything that comes to mind goes in that space. And then, as I said earlier, my little road map there, or my mind map, or whatever they call it. Now, in the first few weeks, I was kind of all over the place. I was writing at the top, I was writing at the bottom. Work went into my daily life. I have that little section down here with my little YouTube icon, kind of to keep up with the videos that are coming up. But slowly, I started realizing that it's kind of all over the place, which is fine. It still looks amazing. And I really love how this looks. So what I decided to do, I think here in this is week 3, I started to kind of separate my work from the daily stuff that I have to plan out. And I liked that idea. So I kind of sectioned it off using that gray line in the center. And it worked out really, really well. So you'll see I start doing that in the next few weeks. But as I said, like, it's a learning process. I even added my Reading with Heba book club and kind of keeping up with how many followers I got there. It was my birthday, so I did some stamping. I love stamping in my planner. I've done it for years. And I even started using alpha stickers. And you can see here, I really wanted to focus that it was my birthday. So I decided I'm not doing a whole roadmap thing. I'm just going to create something that kind of represents that it's my birthday. And once you open the planner and you see that, you know it was my birthday. So I had fun with that. I do use a lot of stickers. I will try to link all the Etsy shops that I use for my stickers, because a lot of these are printables, or digitals. and then I print them out at home and just trim them out myself. So I'll try to remember to add that. And then this is where you can see the difference. I just sectioned that off and just wrote out work. And now my work is separated from my personal planning. And I really like that. It just really helped me kind of look at my planner and figure out where to look if I'm looking for work and where to look if I'm looking for appointments for the week or whatever. So I really enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun creating this little currently roadmap. That was loads of fun. I use a lot of stamping. I doodle as well, and I use some stickers. So this is a great place for you to use up some of those stickers and stamp as well. And I have been sticking to the same Tombow marker. So I don't know if you noticed that. It's like that really light almondy color. And I really like the color on this. I don't know why. It's just a favorite. So I used it for so long and I end up changing my mind in February and trying something new, but I didn't like the new color that I chose. And I went back. I'm probably going to go back to this, honestly. I don't know. There's something about it that I like. You can even do gray. I have been thinking of trying a gray marker, just like the one I colored in my icons here. So we'll see about that. I'm going to skip the next page. It is just something, it looks something like this. Let me see if I can find one for you. Where you can kind of, it has questions that you can fill out. So something like, what or who are you especially grateful for this past month? This is a great spot to journal if you don't have a daily journal or something like that. But I have a daily journal, so I started filling them out and then not really, if that makes sense. I think I started with a few questions and then I kind of forgot about it. But it's a great way to add some journaling to your planner. So this is February. This is where I found out that the calendars are not the same throughout the year and my photos are a tiny bit smaller, which is a-okay. I did the craft paper again and my reading. Really, really love that section to hold the little book covers. That's a lot of fun. And you can see here, I have planned it out better in February, where I have my work on the bottom, my planning on the top, which is awesome. I played with doodling, I think in February and in January as well. I had a lot of fun with the bears. So I kind of recreated it and did dogs this time around. That was really fun. And so for week 7, you can see that I basically know what I'm doing right now. At this point, I kind of figured it out. I have my work, my planning, my daily planning, my currently. I've been using these sticky notes. I got these from Stationery Pal. I had this huge unboxing and I'm loving these sticky notes. I've been using them for the past few weeks, as you can see there. I think I even used it here. Did I not? No. Okay. So yeah, I've been using it a couple of times throughout my planner. Is a great way to just kind of remove it and move it to the next week if you wanted to, which I have been doing because I think this one was like book recommendations. Maybe it's that one. Yeah, this one's a book recommendation. So I was moving it from one week to the other because I wanted to read as many of those books that were recommended to me as I could. But anyways, I am still using that top section to keep up with my daily reading. I also purchased these Ollie Clips. You guys, these are awesome. So I don't really like the bookmarks that is, with the planner. These green ones, the green is gorgeous. I think it's adorable. But they are just annoying. I don't know. I'm not really liking them. I'm even thinking of trimming them off because they're kind of in my way. So I ditched the idea of using the bookmarks and I thought I need something where I just open my planner and go straight to my page. And I started researching, looking around, and I found these Ollie Clips and I'm in love. They have different sizes. This is like the smallest size. And I saw this moon phase one, which is pretty cool. Like, come on, that is adorable. So I have literally just been using this to hold my spot. and you can move it around. It's magnetic, so you can move it around, and it adds no bulk to my planner, which is awesome. So I've been enjoying that. I'm ditching the bookmark situation there, and I'm sticking to that. Now, with that said, as you can see, I am going to be working on my roadmap with you, because I know a lot of people asked me about that. And a lot of people asked me about my photos. That's good, I just remembered. So for my photos, I use my Ivy printer. Love this thing. I've had it for a couple of years now. Really, really enjoy it. I have that mint green, and you can see it's really dirty because I've had it for a while and I use it a lot. So I use the app from this printer to create 4 photos. So you can create collages. I'll put four photos in my collage, print it out, and you will get this size photos if you did the 4 collage photo, if that makes sense. That's how I've always printed my little photos for my Get to Work book. That's how I've been doing it for this guy. And if you wanted to go larger, you're probably going to have to play around with the collages. I would recommend to use pick frame, because you can slide the border on pick frame and make your photos larger. But that's how I do it. I even print my book covers that way as well, but with a different size collage. Anyways, moving back to my roadmap here. So a lot of people have asked me about the roadmap and what I do and how I do my roadmap. Now, the week is not done yet, but I can share with you how I add little things. First off, I got these adorable stickers from my friend Elizabeth. I'm going to add her shop down below. She is using the Passion Planner as well, and she created the cutest little Passion Planner stickers. I love this. It's a great way to kind of add your Passion Planner into your planning, and it was so much fun. I just printed it on sticker paper and used it in my roadmap. I also used loads of stickers. So let me share with you. These are the craft sticky notes that I've been using. I got these from Stationery Pal. I will link the video where I did an unboxing from them, and I'll add the links for this stuff. I've also been using stickers and stickers. A lot of these stickers are digitals. I've got them from different companies, from either Etsy or, crafting companies, and I print them on, some of them on sticker paper and some on like matte transparency paper. I really like the transparency. It's just been fun to add them here and there and have them kind of blend into the background kind of thing. So that's what I've been using. I've also been using the stickers from the Stationery Pal unboxing that I did recently. A lot of Lettering in Me stickers, and Audrey Acora. I think that's the name of the shop. Again, I will try to link everybody that I mentioned down in the description box for you. But I use a lot of Etsy shops when I buy digitals and print them out at home. Okay, with that said, let's move on. So I wanted to add like a little stamping of my dog. He wasn't feeling well and we had to go to the vet. So I wanted to add a dog stamp. So I'm going to grab a dog stamp and literally just stamp it in that space there. That way I can kind of document that my dog wasn't feeling well and we went to the vet. So I'm just going to grab this adorable little dog here from a recent Paper Person shop release. And I'm going to stamp my dog, and I'm going to use my Color Theory black ink. So I love Studio Calico's Color Theory inks in my planner because they don't bleed through. A lot of other inks do bleed through. The paper is pretty good, but I've always used my Color Theory inks in my planners no matter what, because I always feel like they're the best for planner paper. So I'm just going to use my black ink, and I'll show you real quick how there is no bleed through. Well, he's back here. So there is no bleed through on the page. I haven't tried other inks because my experience is there's always bleed through when I use other inks. So I just don't even bother trying. Now that I have my little dog stamped out, I also had added a sticker for Valentine. And then I added my Passion Planner sticker there. So I had already started working on this, and I thought, let me stop and share with you how I do this, because I know a lot of people have asked and were curious about it. So all I have to do right now is basically grab my pens and just write, Stitch has an ear infection, and then just call it done. I don't have to write an essay for that. I wanted to like document tidbits of my life. It's not like a journal or anything like that. I also wanted to stamp something to do with work. I had a lot of work this month from my YouTube stuff, my classes, my work, all that stuff. So I really wanted to add something to represent that. And these are kind of my go-to stamps that I grab. Again, a lot of these stamps are not available, but these are like, I don't know, the types of stamps I'll use in my planner. So what I want to do is just kind of go through them real quick and figure out what I can stamp in that space. Oh, I like this. This one says super productive, and it also has busy doing the work. And honestly, I was busy doing the work. So I'm going to grab that stamp set and basically stamp it in that space. And that way it kind of represents that I had a busy work week. I moved it down a little bit because I was thinking maybe I can find or doodle a laptop there. That really will help kind of represent what I'm talking about. So I might go fetching for that. If I can't find one, I'll probably just doodle it myself, which I tend to do. If I, don't want to grab a stamp or something, I'll do it myself, and it works out pretty fine, even though I'm not an artist or anything. Just have fun with your planner. This is my go-to place to be creative and try out new things. Okay, so I think this is like the smallest laptop I have, like stamp. So if it doesn't fit over it, well, it kind of does. Okay, so we can stamp it right above the busy doing the work. I thought it wouldn't fit, and I thought I would have to stamp it next to it, which is fine. It's all good. Like that. And I'll definitely color in my stamped images. That way it makes everything pop. And you can see all those you can see the dog and the laptop and all that good stuff. I also wanted to mention before I move on, I wanted to mention that I did grab the Passion Planner stickers. They have so many different themes. I just grabbed the self-care, the woman's empowerment, and nature sticker book. I thought those were kind of something I would always use to document my life kind of thing. So I went with those. These are so much fun. They're jam-packed with stickers in there. I recommend, if you're not sure which sticker pad you want, to watch some YouTube videos. There's a lot of people that do flip throughs of the sticker pads, and that's what I literally did, and that's how I decided on the stickers I want to grab. But I use those as well throughout my Passion Planner. Now I was trying to find maybe a sticker with like I don't know, with a cake or something, because we're gonna go to my sister's bakery. My sister opened her own bakery, and we're all going to celebrate for her opening for that bakery. So I'm trying to see if I have anything that I can use, but I don't think I do. I don't think I have cake stickers. I wish I did. So because I don't, I can always just grab a stamp instead. And I have loads of food stamps, so I can definitely find something to stamp for myself and add like Sugar and Proof. That's her little bakery. And if you're interested in her bakery, it's in Georgia. So I definitely recommend to check out her Instagram. Again, it's Sugar and Proof, and she is the best baker. There's some cupcakes, so we're going to go with those. I think that's going to be perfect. Probably just stamp a couple of those to kind of represent us going to her new bakery. So really you don't have to wait till the end of the week to do this. I just add to it as I go, but can do it whenever you want. So I'm going to only stamp one with the blue. And then I'll stamp it again with a different color. Okay, so basically I'll just end up writing sugar and proof opening. And basically that's how I do my road maps. I will end up adding more, but because the month or the week is not done, I don't want to add everything all at once, just in case things change and our plans change. So that is February, and this is the week after that I haven't even started. I added a few things that I know that's happening, but basically, like my daughter has no school, so I added that throughout the week. Just little things like that. And again, week 9, same. You know, I add my currentlies, I add my icons, little tidbits here and there, and even my work. But because I don't know what's happening, I just keep it as is until the week starts, or I'll add to it as I go. But anyways, let's start planning March. And I wanted to speed this up. I'm going to do a voiceover. That way this video is not too long. And because I kind of walked you through February and January, you kind of understand how this is all set up. And so I'm just going to do a voiceover, do this quick, and share with you how I set up the month before the month starts. Okay, guys, let's start setting up March in my Passion Planner. So I'm going to start with this tape that I got from Stationery Pal, and I really like adding the craft into my Passion Planner. I think it adds some color and a great place for me to add the week number. So I'm just going to trim it down a little bit, and because it's sticky, so all I have to do is remove the sticky part and add it to that sidebar and cover it up. It fits in there perfectly, and now I have space to stamp out the week number. I'm using the double-digit stamp set from Carrie Bradford. Love the stamp, and I love the large size. I believe this is the large. It fits perfectly, and it fills out that space. So once I stamp that out, I think I end up coming back later and coloring in the numbers. I think I forgot to do that on camera, but I usually color it in with a gray marker. That way it pops and it shines. I also stamped red that because that's the space I'm going to end up using to hold my little mini book covers. And now I'm going to fill out that space at the top. I think it's a space for you to add a word for the week. And I love these stamp sets from Everyday Explorers. I've had them for a while. I don't know if they are still available or not. If they are, I will link them in the description box. But that stamp set has great little words for you to stamp in that box. Stuff like focus, get it done. And I really like using my stamps, and they fit perfectly in that box. So it's a win-win. Now, basically what I do is I use one stamp, skip a week, and stamp the same stamp in the same spot for the week after. That way your weeks don't look exactly the same. And I do change up where I stamp that stamp, but I like to throw in certain words that I know will work for any day. So like stuff like hustle or an arrow or stamp the weekend. So I repeat it all the time. I love arrows because I feel like they fill in little blank spots and, you can kind of point to something. So I just, use them to add something to my spread or my week. And also it's a great way to, again, point to something. So all I do is I go back and forth, and you're going to see me do this throughout the video, where I grab one stamp, try to use it multiple times throughout the month, because I don't want to keep going between different stamp sets, and I don't want to keep like changing out my stamp if I don't have to. It just makes the process easier. So if the word works, I'm stamping it multiple times. And if I stamp something and I really, really like it, I'll do it again. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. I just like using my stamps. I like to fill out my weeks before it starts. And obviously, once I have to fill out appointments and birthdays and things like that, I can always go back and do that. But if I know that a birthday's coming up, I will use a birthday stamp. If it's the weekend, I'll use a weekend stamp. If there's an appointment, I'll use an appointment stamp. So basically, whatever stamps you have, grab them, use them, fill out those little spots. And when the week starts, you already have jotted down a lot of your appointments and things that you have to work on. So you can kind of build off of those once the week starts. I also love that March stamp. So Studio Calico releases a monthly stamp, and I like using those in my planner because obviously you don't have to look too far. You can just basically use only that stamp to stamp little things throughout your weekly spreads. At this point, I'm done playing. I can start stamping things that I always do every single week. And one of them is my reading challenge. I like to use that top bar to hold my daily reading challenge. And if I read that day, I will highlight it. This is a great way to keep up with any kind of challenges or trackers or anything like that. So I stamped it for all 4 weeks. And then I'm going to use my black Tombow to cover up. So I think that space was for projects and things like that. And I want to make it my own. So I'm just covering it up with a black Tombow. You can definitely use washi. I've used washi, but it's a great way for me to use that space, or it works for me better to use that space for my currently and whatever comes to mind. So I'm going to use this stamp set. I use it all the time. It has currently, and it has a little bar on the bottom that you can fill out. But for me, I just want the currently box. So I'm going to trim off that bottom portion, and I stamped it on sticker paper. And basically, I'm going to add that currently stamp to each week. And that space is going to hold my currently, so it makes sense. You can stamp it anywhere you want. I think in January, I just stamped currently directly on my passion planner. But I like this idea more because it feels like the center of that bar, and I like the look of it. So I've been sticking to this since February. Once I stick those down, I'm going to repeat myself a lot here. I want to fill out my currently section with some currently stamps. So I like to keep up with my reading. I like to keep up with what I'm watching, and I like to keep up with my happy mail. I call any kind of mail happy mail. So basically, if I ordered something, I want to add it there to remind me that I'm getting a shipment from Etsy, let's say. Or if I read a certain book, I want it to look at that week and see what books I read or any shows that I watched throughout the week. So that's going to hold all my currentlies. These are stamp sets from, I believe, Feed Your Craft, Paper Person Shop. Again, if I find any of these stamp sets and they're still available, I will add the link in the description box. But moving on, I want to fill out the sidebar with my YouTube and Instagram followers and subscribers. I like to use that space to track those things. So I have this stencil that I bought a long time ago from Etsy. If it's available, I will link it. And it's a perfect square in size for that bar. I do 3 of them because I want to track YouTube, my Instagram, and my Reading with Hiba book club. So I do all 3. I will use a gray Tombow marker to color them in. I like using the gray. I just feel like it matches well with my spread. And if I end up adding color, it doesn't clash with that. And I also want to separate my days. So since I've been separating the day, the top portion holds my appointments, anything the kids have at the top, and then the bottom portion holds work. I felt like it looked better. I was able to find what I'm looking for when I first look at my week spread, and it just made more sense. So I'm using that gray line that goes across my day, or my week, sorry. I'm using it to stamp work. This is a little stamp set that I cut off of a different stamp because I just wanted week. And I do that all the time. I always trim down my acrylic stamps to work for me. And I'm going back in. I wanted to stamp this disco ball for my dad's birthday and both my sisters. So my sisters have birthdays in March and my father as well. So you can see me go back into the recent spreads that I put together in February to stamp out the crystal ball for my dad's birthday. I will fill them out using the filler stamp as well. This is a Paper Person birthday stamp set. It has really cute little sentiments and images to stamp out if you're documenting someone's birthday in your planner. And once I'm done stamping my crystal balls and filling them out with color, I want to grab my Ramadan stamp set and stamp the little sheep on the 2nd of April because Ramadan is on the 2nd of April, which is so exciting. So I'm going to end up just stamping the little sheep to represent Ramadan. And I also want to use some of my sticky notes. As I said earlier, I have gotten like a bunch of sticky notes from the Stationery Pal, and I wanted to use this black. It's so pretty. I'm going to also use my Archer and Olive acrylograph in white to add big projects. So this is going to hold my big projects, and I can move it from one week to the other. And now we can pretty up my passion planner. I'm going to start with my adorable little passion planner stickers from Elizabeth. Again, I will link her shop down below. And I'm just going to add a little passion planner throughout my week just because it's so cute. And I'm going to go through my passion planner sticker pads and add little tidbits here and there. I don't want to add too many stickers because, again, as the week evolves, I end up adding more stickers. I end up adding a lot of color, or I'll stamp. So I don't want whatever I add to be the end results, if that makes sense. I want to be able to still add as the week goes and not be stuck with a bunch of stickers covering up my passion planner. So I just end up using a few flowers, leaves here and there. I love the nature sticker pad from the passion planner just because it's full of flowers and leaves, and those are my favorites. And the stickers are not so big, and that's something I really care about. I don't like big stickers. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. If this is something you want to see monthly, my Plan With Me videos, I will share and try to do that every month. But don't forget, I'm going to be adding all the links for everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.